In this short video, let's discuss Patent Forge AI. Patent to profits made simple with power of AI. Start commercializing your patent in minutes, not in months. This tool is specifically designed with the power of AI to help patent owners to commercialize their invention, or let's say to find the right buyers and interested companies, the list of interested companies who would be potential buyers or licensee, saving a lot of time, efforts and money. The promise is you can start reaching right buyers in minutes and watch your patent generate revenue in days. Let's start with the fundamental question when you have a granted patent in your hand. How to get highest value for my patent? To get highest value for your patent, you need to solve three important questions. First one, how to position my patent for maximum value in the market? Because the position is really important if you are to receive the maximum value in the market. The reason behind, the words that you use to communicate about your patent can make or break its value. Let's see why it is that way. If you see the image on the right and if you try to read through the text, when we talk about our patent to decision makers, I mean, you are the inventor, you know the technicalities of your patent inside out. You can explain very nicely the technical features or how exactly the invention would work. But when it comes to decision makers, CEOs, director or IP heads of a firm, what we talk to them probably not always would be a technical thing that would make sense. Definitely the technology is important, but they would be more interested in what's in it for me. Or whenever they look at your proposal or let's say email or contact for that matter, the number one question they would be asking themselves would be, will it make profit to my firm, or what's in it for me? So technicalities are important, yes, but then what matters more to create a position or let's say build a position for your invention so that these decision makers would start listening to you more carefully, would start taking interest in what you have to say, are the different skills like the sales skill, marketing skill, copywriting skill, strategic communications, speaking about business goals, or how exactly your invention or your patent aligns with the company's objectives. So the thing that you have patented might not be currently probably being manufactured by that company, but how it can add value since you have monopoly over that particular invention, how it can change their dynamics or maybe create some new avenues for the company. So these kind of communications actually hold more weightage when we talk about positioning your patent into the market compared to the technical stuff, which is very obvious enough. However, one more thing we need to understand is patent document is a very complex thing. I mean, if we look at the claims, if we look at the detailed description, not many people would do the proper justice to the understanding of the claims and understanding the scope of the invention. So it's a complex document all in all. So it's not always understood, or what we can say assume that the person on the opposite side do understand its value or what it can do for their business. So long story short, it's basically based on the kind of words or the communication that we use to position our patent in the right way to receive the highest possible value. So there are hundreds of communication pieces and documents are required. Like the first time you ever send an email, that is the appointment email, or let's say call scripts, templates, a lot of different communication happen in between, the proposals that you send, the presentation that you give, or there are countless to and fro interactions that are going between you and the interested buyer or let's say interested licensee. So these all things do matter when it comes to positioning your patent for maximum value, and hence it is the most important question, the first question that you need to solve to get the highest value for your patent. That's the one. So if you click here, actually we go to the solution, but let's not talk about it right now. It's basically the Patent Forge AI generates all such communication pieces, hundreds of them, specific to your patent, absolutely talking about your invention, speaking to your invention's what we can say solutions, advantages, and what it is unique for. We can generate such documents in few minutes, hence saving a lot of time, efforts, and money. It's absolutely specific to our invention. Second point. Now, this also is the question that you need to solve if you are to get the maximum value for your invention or other patent. How to find the relevant target firms that might be or would be interested in my patent. Not every company would appreciate your invention, but the perfect match can turn it into a financial gold mine. Now, if you have tried it on your own, you might have experienced it at certain point. Different companies look at your invention differently. Some will be absolutely not interested, not even ready to talk with you. Some might be slightly interested, but it's more of casual. So finding the right buyer or licensee for your patent is the hardest part of the commercialization. This is where you not only just doing Google search and finding out, okay, which are the companies using my technology, let's call them and let's try to sell them. But this also involves identifying or visualizing where your invention could be useful to those companies who are probably not yet manufacturing there, or those companies or those firms for whom you would be a strategic move that they can take by licensing or let's say buying out your patent, and that would actually change the game for their industry. So it's not straightforward like just doing Google search. So hence you can spend months and a lot of efforts and time to search such industries, doing cold calls, doing some research analysis, and the search is many times it feels like searching a needle in the haystack. So it's a very tiring situation. So not every company will appreciate its value, we already said that, but the firm who understands your invention and who believes the invention or the patent, your patent, will be a excellent strategic investment, can pay you the highest possible price for your patent by buying or licensing it. The problem is the lack of industry knowledge, the difficulty in finding existing firms or let's say interested firms, that's we already talked about. Unfocused efforts. Let's say you got hold of few firms that might not be the best suited. You actually try to pitch in, try to meet them, try to get the appointments. You will try to do it for 4 to 5 things, 4 to 5 firms, and it would be such a waste of time, and probably looking at the response, it might be discouraging for you as well. Probably propelling you to believe that my invention might not be that valuable in the market. So there is a risk of waste of time as well as the certain risk of you getting demotivated about your invention. Hence, finding out the right exact match or matching industries who would be currently manufacturing it, would be licensing it, or maybe in future strategically thinking about your patent and trying to do some investments in that sector and trying to accommodate it. So it's not a straightforward answer to this. Time, cost, and efforts. Imagine hiring professionals to help you with the research, different firms or let's say IPR firms, to be honest. So they also do the same job, but then the cost actually goes into a lot higher range if you see that way. Again, the promise is how Patent Forge AI can generate most relevant targeted firms specific to your patent, your technology, not only existing ones but maybe future ones wherein they might be interested in looking at your patent with a different set of eyes and maybe thinking strategically to put a foot in the door, or rather put a new product in this market of your patent. So in just few minutes we would be generating those firms list as well, which is absolutely relevant to your invention, again saving a lot of time, supreme efforts, and a hell lot of money, that's for sure. Third point, how to negotiate terms, agreements, contracts in a deal. Now convert interested invention to a deal with right proposals, contracts, and agreements. Now when we speak about agreements and contracts, and we are moving into the legal side of it, and to be honest, there are more, as long as there are multiple communications that we have seen, there would be multiple documents that might be required, like partnership proposals, joint venture proposals, non-exclusive licenses, exclusive licenses, contracts, non-disclosure agreements, and a lot many to talk about. If you're not aware of it, if you're not using it, you are in the risk of undervaluating your patent. So, and maybe face some legal dispute, or maybe taken advantage of by other firms. You never know what can go wrong. So legal side is very much important. And we are not saying that we are replacing the lawyers or legal assistants. The disclaimer is there that we are not, this is not a legal opinion. But then problems faced by patent owners are, it's a time consuming and resource intensive act of, drafting professional quality documents, proposals, contracts. Everything is charged, and charged quite heavily. So patent owners generally lack these resources, lack the comprehensive legal as well as communication knowledge to prepare such materials. Difficulty in negotiation, yes, that is something. I mean, when you are dealing with giant players, they are like 2-3 lawyers sitting in the meeting, 3-4 consultants sitting in the meeting, and you are on your own probably trying to negotiate on your terms. So that kind of unfavorable conditions for you to deal with that situation. Multiple communication pieces, yes, these are important as well, along with the legal stuff. We already seen that, the email, the pitch deck, every communication that you use. And yes, of course, if we hire professionals for every step on the way, including creating those documents, the cost can go high very quickly. It's extremely costly. So making it further difficult for investors or small scale businesses to afford it. Again, the Patent Forge AI can generate hundreds of such contracts, proposals, and agreements for specific to your patent. If you ask them that generate a proposal contract for 5% of revenue, or get 10,000 USD upfront or 100,000 USD upfront and generate a contract, or let's say licensing, non-exclusive licensing agreement for ABC firm, that with let's say 5% after every sale, whatever the condition, you can just mention it. So based on your technology, your inputs, these kind of documents would be created in seconds, if not in minutes. So let's come to the promise now. We have seen all these 3 points which are absolutely required for you to get highest value in the market. What if everything you need to commercialize your patent is ready with you in few minutes? You can start reaching right buyers in minutes and watch your patent generate revenue in days. That's the main promise of it. So you can just click here and start, registering and using it. Introducing Patent Forge AI, the AI-powered solution for commercialization, that is selling or licensing of your patent. Powered by artificial intelligence, Patent Forge AI simplifies and accelerates entire patent commercialization process, making it possible to generate everything you need to monetize your patent in just few minutes. Patent Forge AI helps you in saving time, money, and efforts. To simplify what you are expected to do, it starts with step 1, wherein you put in the information about your patent into the system. It's a small tool, it's an AI-based tool, wherein you input your title, abstract, and relevant information about your patent, and you save it in front of your profile. So it's like the patent number and the relevant information is saved for it to work on. It would be analyzed centrally, and immediately by clicking few buttons, you can start generating the target list of firms. So list of target firms rather. The right buyers or licensee can be generated instantly, particularly from the domain of your patent, and this can happen in minutes, and you can immediately start reaching those people, or there would be a reasoning also, like why we think that this firm would be best suited for your invention. You might be knowing top 4 or top 5 firms, that's everybody knows it, but then when you dig deeper and you start generating these documents again and again, so next 30, next 50, or you can just be specific, like I want the pharmaceutical firms from Germany, or I want AI based firms from North America. So in that situation, which are let's say more than $5 million in revenue and who are working in AI plus health tech. So when you drill down, or let's say we can show this in the demonstration of course, but you start generating more relevant results and start contacting them right away. Next is of course 100 plus marketing plus legal and all the contracts and proposals we talked about. You can generate 100 plus such documents at every stage it is required to have some communication piece, maybe creating presentation, maybe creating one pagers or absolutely technical document or patent summary or pricing strategy, non-disclosure agreements. As we explained, those can be generated specific to your instructions, your requirement, your suggestions, your area, or let's say 5% of the revenue, or upfront costing, or selling out at certain price, and those can be considered, and these documents are generated absolutely with relevant to your invention. Ultimately, it saves time, effort, and money, and maximizing the value of your patent at really affordable cost. So how the time is saved? Of course, we generate those documents in split seconds, or let's say minutes, and freeing up your most important time, not in generating these documents or creating those communication pieces, or rather maybe worst case would be compromising on the image that you are trying to build, or let's say the position of your patent, because you couldn't do it. Rather, it saves that time and help you focus on the most important thing, that is making deals and speaking to the right people who would be interested. It saves lots of effort, obviously, creating those documents manually, understanding the patent, and you're talking to different different level of professionals, script writers, salespeople. Everybody needs to understand the patent properly, they understand the technology properly, and then help you write those scripts or communication pieces or documents. Handled by AI, it does a fantastic job of creating most relevant documents, very effective documents, and that happens in few minutes. So you end up saving a lot of efforts and time, and of course you save hundreds and thousands, or probably thousands of dollars of cost by going with traditional methods. And if you really want to go with full throttle, not worrying about the costs, you probably would be spending thousands of dollars to start reaching the right potential buyers or list of buyers. And that can happen in absolutely at the fraction of the cost, and you end up saving a lot of money, ultimately achieving similar or maybe more effective results than what we expect to do in the traditional ways. So again, coming to the point, researchers, analysts, copywriters, designers, consultants, lawyers, and marketing experts. So all these skills and the things that you need to communicate with them is rather saved, and you end up saving a lot of money. Of course, there is a requirement that all the legal document has to be reviewed once. There is a disclaimer that it's not a legal advice, but it does 99% of the job fairly well, and of course it has to be verified by the relevant consultant or let's say lawyer. However, you end up saving a lot of time, efforts, and money, that's for sure. Last but not least, we also have marketplace for patents. Of course, in itself, the above thing will make you worth this particular tool, and you can on your own start contacting the list that you have generated, the target firms list. However, there is this is optional but then very useful, marketplace for patents. Now this is like connecting with firms worldwide through free and open access for your patent listing. Now Patent Forge AI also generates an incredible, very comprehensive patent listing. Listing means it has all the points covered in a single document about your patent, which is of a crucial interest to the other party. So that kind of listing you can create in matter of minutes, and of course you can use it in our own marketplace, which is famous one, like it has globally accessible, and it doesn't have any barriers for other firms. If you check few of the marketplaces, you would see that the name of patent owner, or let's say the numbers, are not probably displayed there. It's like you also pay some subscription fees, the viewers also pay some subscription fees, and it's like a teaser. I mean, not disclosing pretty much, more or less like a patent about a technology which can transform this and that, and then it's a generalized explanation, kind of a teaser. That's what they call it. And whenever they show the interest in, just assuming that they would generate an interest out of those teasers, and they would show the interest, then it would come to you, and then the connection would be made. I mean, there is value to it. I'm not saying that it's not good, but in our case, everything is open. There is no registration required. There is no fees to be paid, neither from your end nor from the viewer's end. So it's a very wide open, what we can say, platform wherein you get the visibility, worldwide visibility for your patent listing, and your name, with your permission of course, would be visible for anybody to just get in there and start chatting with you. That's a secured chat, and once you feel like, okay, this is genuine buyer and I'm okay to disclose my details to him, or rather you decide to contact that person, that can be done without any much of a barriers, or let's say access control, or it's a free of cost basically. So it's very straightforward and secure communication, and that actually help you reach a very wide audience who would be interested in finding out what is happening new, and they would be interested or searching for some technology to acquire which might be of their interest. And your name, your profile, everything would be there. No hide and seek is there, nothing, no teaser as such. Everything is crystal clear mentioned. So it's very easier for the buyers to find out and contact you soon as possible. That really creates an instant value for you to consider listing here. That doesn't cost you anything. And I think that's all about this. So last but not least, the most important value it provides is generating all the things that you require to get started immediately. You can start tomorrow to start commercialize your patent with all the right tools at your disposal as and when required, and they are like 99% accurate when it comes to and it happens at a really rapid pace, saving your time, efforts, and it happens at a fraction of a cost. And that's it for this video. And of course you can just start login from here, and you can get started with using this. If we talk about pricing, if you really want me to go through the pricing part, there are 3 pricings. Of course, first one is a free plan. It's just to test it out. I mean, you want to check how the documents are generated, that's fine. Just 3 to 4 generations that can be done. Few things are not allowed in the free plan. When you say starter plan, every plan is per year. So once you pay that amount, it's almost a year, complete year, you can use those credits. So it's a credit based system. When you start with $99, you get 100 generation credits, and then rest of the features are visible to you. So you probably would go and check the pricing plan. This is more relevant to a person who owns only one patent and he wants to access all these documents as and when required. So probably this person will start with some of the marketing materials first, then he will jump on to the target firms listing, or start building that list of target firms. And then when the communication is positive, the meeting has happened, then probably he will generate some what we can say pitch deck, or pitching how to pitch the invention, how to negotiate, and then he would come back and revisit the application and generate some legal part like non-disclosure agreements. I am going to give them a proposal, draft me a proposal, something like that. So we have kept the pricing per year, not per month, so that a person can take his own time and come back and use the credits for generation of hundreds of documents. Same way, $4.99 here, somebody with more than 1 or 2 patents, or small firms, what we can say, would leverage this. And $999 is for IP firms probably, who are patent attorneys, who are doing commercialization activities day in, day out. They have, let's say, more than 10, 20, 50 patents to be commercialized. This tool will become very handy for them as well, saving them a lot of time, efforts, and of course money as well. So this is about the pricing plan. I think you should log in and create an account and experience for yourself. Let's start with how to use this Patent Forge AI for best possible output for your invention. Now, we are assuming few things here, that we have created an account with 99 USD, that's $99, and credits available are 100. And the validity for this would be 1 year. So once you start generating relevant outputs, let's call it templates or documents or proposals, whatever, or marketplace, or even the target firms list, for every generation there would be 1 credit automatically deducted, and when it reaches 0, that account would be then not prime active, or let's say a deactivated, and then we need to consider for renewal of the account. But however, 100 credits are more than enough. Let's get started with how we start with our patent. Now if you go to dashboard, this is where I think you would be logging in. It's welcome, your account status is, and there are a few things which would be displayed here which is not part of this demo. So your account related stuff, if I really want to show you here itself, so it would be a more of the name and the contact details. If you want to change those, you can save it. The current plan, which has started on which date, which is ending on which date, and even the invoice. Let's say you have paid the invoice, you can keep checking your invoices. So it's basically the accounts page you can just download, and so this is kind of an invoice that you get for your 99 USD, and of course all the details of the firm. So let's close it for now, and let's get back to dashboard. Now let's assume that these are the patent which are already saved in this account, so you can add your information as well. So for the simplicity of understanding, let's go to the first stage. These are arranged in terms of stages, to be honest, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So let's add a patent information. It comes to the first stage, that is my patent. Now on right, it would be displaying some of the already added information, which is again just few details about your invention, like your patent number, title, summary, approximately 6,000 characters at max. The limit is because you shouldn't be just copy pasting an entire patent. That would probably too much information to handle. So that's why the character limits is there. Then advantages of your invention, you can copy paste from the application, patent application, or you can be creative and write it in your own words. And few more questions. We will see it one by one. Okay. So assuming that you are using it for the first time and we don't have this section here to select, let's start and search your patent, granted patent, or maybe a patent application, or even provisional for that matter. Sometimes even that could be considered for reaching out and trying to find out if it has some potential to be sold or licensed. Depends on your case. But however, if it is a granted patent, it would be on or even the patent applications, it would be on a USPTO, or let's say Google patents for that matter. I have just typed in an exemplary situation here, like pendant for heart attack detection. This is the patent exemplary. Again, it's just an example. We are not associated with this by any means. And this is the patent that is showed. So you can actually download the document, or if you have a PDF or docs file, you can take the data from there. That's very simple. Let's take one by one. So for now, let's take the first one. I'll just copy it and mention it here. So it's 336B2. That's the number we need to remember. I think I'll just put some spaces here. Okay. Then what we need is a title of the invention. Title is this one. You can actually take it from whatever details that you have. It might be taken from here also. That's one and the same thing. Third is abstract, summary, and all the relevant details about the invention. So let's talk about abstract. It's very simple and short abstract. Generally, the abstracts are more lengthier than this. I'll just put in abstract, and we do have few more things to copy paste here. Not the background. I would go for summary. Background is something which is whatever earlier to our invention is described there, and the need of our invention is generated, or let's say described in background. So that I think this is sufficient. Let's see if it is less than 6,000 characters, and if we probably not 6,000, and if we really want to take few more things, we can add a few more things like advantages of embodiments. We can also add these, whichever you feel like important part you should be letting this tool to understand. You can just copy paste and you can be creative about it, not a problem. I think it has lapsed its 6,000 limit. It's okay. So let's talk about what are the advantages of this invention. So I just tried to copy paste it. You can write the advantages in your own word. However, I'll try to be. Advantages are: invention saves lives of patient. It provides them emergency help when the user is unconscious. It's a device actually which detects the its height from the ground, and if the person is falling on the ground, it actually generates some help signals. So there are lots of technicalities how it does that, but let's for the simplicity of this video, let's not go there. And let's say any other advantage, like it is fast response time to get help, completely automatic. So nothing, the user has to do nothing, but it would again save him from any disaster. Any domains that we feel like the firms would be interested in, of course it is health tech, HEA, health tech firms. Or let's think through like who would be interested in this. Electronic wearable so electronic wearable devices manufacturers, technology firms, or anything else like electronic firms. Electronic you can be creative. Any additional instruction that you would like to consider, I think I will leave it blank. You can mention whatever you feel like our device's price is, let's say, 300 USD or whatever you want to mention. It would stay with this information. For now, let's remember this 336 is our patent. We need to identify in the list and save my patent details. So it has immediately created that entry. Right, so you are automatically taken to the second stage now. It's the marketing or sales stage. Let's go and generate few documents for now. So 336 was our patent, this one. And if you see here, you can update the information, of course. At any point of time you can just click it and you can start, just choose your right number, that is 336, and this information can be updated at your convenience. It is there everywhere. You can select what you want to generate here. So there are lots of different documents required at different stages. I think we would create a separate video to explain everything here, but for now, elevator page calls, let's create sales letter for the simplicity. Now we already know that this is the device, and we are creating this sales letter, let's say for a US firm. State name ABC Inc. Stating that the device cost is, let's say, USD 500, and anything else that you want to mention. So it's very free to use kind of suggestion box. So these things would be considered while generating sales letter. Be careful, like you're writing something here which is relevant to this document. Now this might not be probably relevant if you are talking elevator pitch or a white paper. In white paper we generally don't include the cost and everything. So be careful what you're writing here. That would be considered while generating that report. And if you're not sure what it is, so here is the description. If you select anything else, the description would change. Elevator pitch. What is elevator pitch? 30 to 60 seconds. So let's stick to sales letter for now. So the description is persuasive communication. Just test it out. Generate content. And once you click that, you would see that these buttons are disabled and they are saying you to wait for a few seconds, so the content would be generated. and the credit has become less by 1. So we have said generate, so it is deducted 100 minus 1. Let's wait for it to generate the document, and here it is. Sales letter to ABC Inc. introducing the personal emergency response system. Very good. So we can be using our name and relevant. Dear Mr. Recipients, ABC Inc. Recipient's name. I hope this letter finds you in a great spirit. Great job. So it is explaining, starting the introduction, and I'm writing to bring to you highlight that when create patent number, of course the details, and it's highlighting its importance right away. Captivating the essence of innovation. Imagine the world where individuals with vulnerabilities due to age or health conditions can live longer. And again, it is actually beginning the topic and bringing the attention to the need of the invention. It's doing very decent job, to be honest. Let's actually do one thing. Let's save it as a doc file, which will export it. I'll just get it on the desktop and try to open it right away. So you get to save these documents. This is much better to play with and edit. Of course, as I mentioned, it would be 99% accurate. However, it would do a fairly decent job that many times it is as good as 100%. So overview of the patent, it is disclosing what exactly it does and what it protects. When a fall is detected, the device automatically sends a request for assistance, saving those patients from being conscious or maybe some other accidents. Unique selling point, that is automated and complete automation, timeless and efficient, privacy and independence. So if you observe the language, it's way different than the normal language of your patent or technical stuff. It's something which a reader or which a company person would be interested in going through. And if you see, there are some statistics as well, like it's a $32.6 billion market in 2019. The projection, it is growing rapidly. For ABC firm, how it is relevant, what this patent can mean, this is really interesting, and being this is where this tool really shines, really talking the language of those decision makers. ABC, expansion, competitive edge, revenue opportunities, market leadership, because we have the granted patent, so it's kind of a monopoly there. And call to action, you might as well just delete this as a call to action, and because we don't want the sections to be part of this. We are excited about the possibility of collaboration between ABC. The device cost USD 500. It has taken the information, and let us schedule a meeting. Very decent job. Of course, you can delete those notes in case that is something you feel like. And it has enclosure of patent summary and technical data sheets. You can actually create these as well in our list, or if it is not part of the list, I'll show you where you can create this as a custom document. Okay, so this is sales letter. Very nice, good to go. I would say it is 99% ready, and you can just change the relevant things and it is fine to proceed. All right, very impressive. Let's go and do another document, and let's say let's call script. I want to take an appointment, and let's change this stuff for now. Let's keep it ABC and let it be 500 itself, or we can say that I am calling North American firms from tech domain. Include preferred time for appointment would be 3 p.m. onwards. Just trying to show some specific instructions you can mention here, and that would be considered in your output. So that's why I'm just trying to be general, specific, what we can say. Let's test it out for now. Okay, so now we are at 99. As I press this as a generate, this is our patent 336. We are generating call script now, not a sales document. And let's click generate. Again, it would take few seconds. In the meanwhile, maybe you can experiment with, or let it generate, and then maybe I can show you around. All right, it is quite quick now. Let's download that. That would be a much better view, or we can view it here also. Since we can't edit it here or other, just copy pasting is better. So let's save it as a doc file, which is better way to discuss this document. Now if you see, this is absolutely different than what we have seen in the first document. It's now the calling script. Patent title is personal, yes, it stays the same. Introduction, greeting. Now it is like we are calling any number. Good afternoon, my name is blah blah blah, I'm from this company, I hope you're doing wonderful day. You're having a wonderful day. I'm reaching out today because an exciting opportunity I believe could be revolutionary fit for your business and industry that you serve. The purpose, again, now here it is going into the patent related stuff, the technical stuff. The personal emergency response system is our invention. The problem, many companies in health tech work on these challenges. However, we have got this solution, it is patented, the summary, and more or less what we can say, the same invention, it's the same patent, but the language is absolutely different, which suits the calling purpose. So life-saving capabilities, comprehensive coverage, independence and privacy. Ultimately, it is more suitable towards the phone conversation. So the PER system is significant leap in the health technology engagement. So these are actually some things which you might not include in your script, of course. Does it sound like a solution that could fit your business? How about an opportunity for appointment and target market industry? So these are the industries where it should be fitted. Of course, yours would be one of them. Market opportunity, again, this is CAGR, and it is mentioning that these are the CAGR. You can mention and be creative about it, or let's say find the exact values and put it in here. Closing, call to actions, it is called. I would be thrilled to speak to someone who is be interested in this, and how about 3 p.m. onwards. So it is taking our instructions. Thank you, and exit. Have a fantastic day. Good job, decent job. I mean, this is very much a ready to go script. You of course can be creative and change few things in it. So it's almost a 3-page long script, but this is probably a very successful call, and he has won the appointment for this particular discussion if the person is listening through this entire script. Maybe not completely, but maybe 70-80% of the script. Very impressive so far. So if we really want to play for a few more of these, but I'll leave it to you. I think you can come and explore this. Let's say LinkedIn outreach. Very quickly, I'll just select the same invention, or let's select the different one now. Or let's stay with this invention because we know the context, so we will see if it is changing anything. LinkedIn post for oh, it is outreach script, it's not post. Business owners from tech industry. Just a specific instruction, so let's generate it very quickly now. We have seen the call script, we have seen the sales. There are lots of variations of all the documents. We are still in marketing and sales phase itself. We are yet to explore a few more. So let's be quick about it now. We have exhausted 3 credits, but it has done an exceptional job about developing or creating those documents. Very impressive till now. Alright, so this is LinkedIn outreach. Let's, again, for simplicity, let's generate a doc very quickly and open it. Alright, so LinkedIn outreach script for potential buyers. Subject, now it's a different language for LinkedIn. Dear recipients, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out to introduce. This is absolutely different than what we have seen for call script or for the sales. This is very nice. Of course, few things are common. These are the benefits, but the language is instantly matched to the output that we are expected. Relevance to your industry, how it is relevant to your industry, why you should be collaborating with us. This is a new section, particularly assuming that it is going as a LinkedIn. Call to action, about our company, details. So ultimately creating a very impressive LinkedIn post that can go out and outreach can be happening. Okay, so let's be quick about this now. And you of course can generate as many things as you require and be specific about those SWOT analysis, and just use this as mentioning some specifics or anything that you would like to mention about SWOT analysis. If you know some threats to your industry, you can mention here and it would consider it. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's go to the most interesting and most helpful part of this particular tool, that is target firms list. Now what is this? This generates the target companies and firms list who might be interested in licensing or buying your patent. Very, very crucial. Let's select our patent now, and let's be creative enough now. Let's say I want North American companies, just taking example, with more than 5 million USD in revenue and working in tech field and rather health tech field, let's call it health tech field, and let's say wearable technologies. That's enough. I think we can be as creative as you want, but that's enough. I think even if you don't give it, that's fine. If you just mention the country and state, that it will still do a decent job. So let's say generate. Now we are hoping to see some relevant companies to whom we should be speaking to. So I think in the meanwhile I can explain, like this particular thing you can be using for more specific and to the point results in most of the cases. This blue highlighted part. All right, here is the result. So we all know Apple computers would be the most suited one for this particular wearable device, which would save lives. Let's go one by one. Now it has given the reason also why this firm is relevant. Let's save it as a doc, and that might create a proper view for us. Right. So creating a comprehensive list of potential buyers. So it has created those with given the criteria, and the target company list is Apple with the reason, the website, Fitbit, we all know, Garmin, yeah, Garmin watch, Medtronic, okay, Philips, Samsung, Residio. We all probably know these kind of about laboratories. And now we are starting to move into some things which might not be known to you. And this is very relevant. Let's say Massimo Corporation, known for non-invasive monitoring technologies, could integrate fall detection to enhance their product line. Wow. Very relevant, single line reasoning, and you might be interested in contacting this firm. Here is it. Billings focused on connected health products and offering smart scale watches which could be augmented by fall detection. Great. So it's not only generating the firms which are relevant to our invention, but also suggesting firms which might be strategically investing in our invention for the future purposes. And it's like it has done a decent job of finding out 22 relevant firms. Now if you want to change few things, if you want to change the territory, change the keyword, or start mentioning some other stuff, or let this AI tool handle its own relevancy, you can do that, and you can be creative and start generating more such firms as well. So if let's say not North, let's say American company, I want something with more than 10, and anything else that you want to change, let's call it German companies. Okay, and let's do the search. Let's see what it comes with. It's take little longer for it to generate results for particularly to this number 4, that is target firms. Let's save this and find out what it has done. Siemens, Bosch, Philips, and of course the company is from Germany. Excellent. With the reasoning as well, the relevance, the description. Okay, Trilux Medical offers medical lighting and integration system that supports innovative healthcare environment. The integration of emergency response system into the surgical procedure setting could rapidly. Okay, great. So it has applied its brain and said that you can pitch in them with this kind of strategies. Excellent. So again, 20 more companies, HuMotion, GmbH. So you got the idea. It's really helpful in finding out the relevant firms with some specifics and what we can say, your instructions. Straightforward, very important, the target firms list. So we have seen the marketing, few of them, we have seen the target. Now let's go to the legal side of it. Now the disclaimer is already like, it's not a legal advice, it's just a help that we provide. You should always cross check or verify it from the right person. Okay, now I have selected the patent, our patent 336B2, and there are a list of documents. These are, each and everything is serving a different purpose and at different stage. So let's go with MOU, and let's say we are trying to do this MOU with ABC firm from USA. Anything else that we want to let's let it generate the result, and we'll see how decent job it does with regard to generating the agreements or proposals or contracts. It do take few seconds for it to generate results. Great. So generating content for memorandum of understanding. Now if you see, the language is absolutely different. It's different from the script, it's different from the sales and other documents like LinkedIn. Now it's absolutely legal language. A company incorporated under laws, MOU template. Let's save it as doc, and it would be easier for us to review it properly. The name itself is MOU and the patent number, so it is auto naming it. Great. So it's a 3-page document, hereinafter collectively referred as parties. Very much legal language, both the firms, party A and party B, and what happens in a MOU. That is objective of the MOU, exploring the integration of this technology with party B, scope of the collaboration, R&D work. You can be creative as well as you can be corrective here. Like if you don't want few clauses, you can just delete it. You can just as well 4.2. okay, I'll delete, and it would not be part of the agreement. That's fine. Okay, I'll just enable the editing. And okay, if you feel like as I mentioned, confidentiality is important, but let's say terms and terminations, I don't want this clause, I can be deleting it and it's fine. Or let's say I don't want the termination clause itself, so 5 is completely deleted and it's good to go, and you can just rename this. And so changing is not that big of a deal. And acknowledgement, intentions, pretty much the legal stuff. Very good MOU, good to go, I guess. It's 98% accurate, I would say. 100%, why not? But then yeah, leaving just leeway for any corrections. Again, strategic alliance agreement. Let's talk about strategic alliance for ABC firm from USA, and with 20% profit sharing on revenue, rather not revenue, profit sharing, let it be that way. So I just want to consider that it is taking those instructions. Now generate strategic alliance agreement. What it does, so anytime you select anything, the description is here. So in the meanwhile it's getting generated, you can probably just read through and understand like what's its purpose and why it is required. Strategic alliance agreements are important because they formalize the collaboration between entities. Okay, so here it is generated. and it's absolutely different from MOU. It is having different flavor to it. Again, it could be saved and checked for later. All right, letter of intent, sales agreement. Let's say sales agreement. With cost of sale, let's say 2 million USD, whatever. Let's generate it and see if it is doing a fair enough job at creating sales agreement. Sales agreement provides legal protection to both seller and buyer during the transfer of patent ownership. So I'm selling out my patent for 2 million USD. Right. So it should actually cover these points. Great. So comprehensive sales agreement for sales of blah blah blah. Let's save this and go through the details very quickly. I can enable editing in case I want to. So comprehensive sales agreement, great. So the address and recitals, where it is located. Section 1, sales and transfer of patent, great. So include the asset, considerations, purchase price. Here it is USD to be paid as follows. Initial deposit amount in days. Yes, of course, you need to edit those as per your convenience and as per your preference. Had it been the case that you have given these instruction in the in that search or other box itself, it would have taken that also. But we didn't know that these are kind of amounts are paid in stages also. So here is the blank spots for that. Payment methods, you can be creative about mentioning these details. Great. So it is wonderful sales agreement. It's absolutely different from the kind of agreement we have seen, and well, quite interesting. And last but not least, let's go some more, like outsourcing agreement, patent licensing proposal. Okay, so we are trying to propose this firm for licensing our patent at, let's say, yearly fixed cost, or let's say 2%, or let's call it, let's say 5% of products price sold all over, let's say USA or India or world for that matter. Okay, so this is the condition, and we want to create a licensing proposal for ABC firm. Let's generate it. So the purpose is patent licensing proposal helps attract potential licensee by clearly presenting the benefits and financial opportunities associated with the licensing of the patent, encouraging them to pursue the negotiations. Language is different, matter is different. Again, dear firm, for this particular invention, let's save it as a doc. It is much better for our viewing. Personal emergency response system, the abstract. What is the summary? What is the market potential? What are the advantages and unique features? Expected revenue, royalty rates. See, it has taken the 5% we need. Additional compensation, initial discussions. This is the timeline that should happen, and then okay, support provided, what we provide for this licensing, call to action, and relevant details can be filled in, of course. Again, this is a great help for someone who don't know how to write a patent licensing proposal, or at what stage, what document we should be generating. Okay, so I think this in itself proves a lot of points here, and combining this, saving the information, generating sales marketing materials, finding the target firms, and doing some legal documentation in itself is a great value to what you want to achieve with your patent. We just exhausted 9 credits out of 100, and I think we have done a decent job of establishing our patent as in a better position to receive a great value for it. When we use this documentation to reach the right people, I think it would be really valuable for a patent owner. Coming to the last part, let's before that we have custom doc. Now everything you seen is a drag and drop, and then the relevant things are selected. Sometimes you want something that is not part of this. So let's say example given is I want to create a LinkedIn post wherein I just want to declare that our patent is granted, or I want to create a TED Talk script so that I want to give the talk in, let's say, TED Talk like script. So I want to present my patent information in, let's say, a conference. Anything, you can be creative as as you want, and generate anything which is not part of the whatever we discussed till now, and generate it. So we are asking him to we are asking the tool to generate a LinkedIn post announcing that the receipt of grant of our patent. Well, as you see, you can of course generate social media posts, declarations, blog post, and whatnot here about your patent. So it is using some symbols. That's excellent. Language is again LinkedIn like. We are thrilled to announce a groundbreaking milestone. It's quite different than what we have seen till now. And again, just bullet point wise, let's connect our organization. And again, wow, it's hashtag as well. So relevant technologies are hashtagged, and you can just copy paste it or save it as a doc and start using it. Same way you can do the Facebook post, Twitter. Okay, let's try Twitter, or it is called X, I think, but let's see what it generates. Certainly. Okay, the main Twitter announcement. Exciting news. We have just got granted patent for a personal emergency response. Great. So elderly and disabled. We are actively seeking forward-thinking partners in. Great. It has done some decent job. Extended thread to provide additional information. Great. And hashtags are also included. Excellent. Look at the quality of this. Wow. I'm really impressed with this Twitter. What we can say, the tweet, it's quite comprehensive. See, exciting news, the symbols, and yeah, of course there would be some edits that you might prefer to do, but then press release kind of details. Excellent, very impressive. And let's come to the secret weapon now, last but not least, which is a marketplace. I think, as I have explained in the introduction video, a marketplace is where your patent would be listed and relevant parties can contact you without any logging in or any hurdle, any registration or any fees. They would just get hold of your information and they would start the safe, what we can say, secured chat option. And if you feel that, okay, this is the genuine person and he is chatting for the licensing, if you happen to find out that, okay, these are most authentic people that I am speaking with, you can enable you can share all the information, and this discussion can go offline very soon and the deal can go through. This particular is a section for marketplace for submitting your patent information. Now we do have a marketplace, and I will explain that in a probably separate video. That's what we are talking about. However, this same information can be used at different other marketplaces, or maybe as a tool, or maybe as a PDF or a doc that can go along with some introduction, and very helpful to, in a single document itself, to bring home a best possible value to a person who is reading it. You can see there are lots of sections, maybe 18 or more than that, and each section plays a pivotal role in commercializing it. This is something we call a secret weapon. This is your invention. I just selected it and generate patent information for marketplace. If you are posting it on our marketplace, that's wonderful. It doesn't cost you anything. It would be reaching a lot of eyeballs and relevant people, and without any hide and seek, they would be seeing your information. Moreover, the information is such that this should serve as a kind of pride or prestige point for our inventors. Look at the information. I mean, the patent listing information for this one, heading, the transformative wearable technology, short summary, relevant tags. These are the tags that the interested parties must be searching for or clicking and coming or landing on our invention, like remote assistants, accelerometer technologies, or elderly care devices, health tech innovations. So once a person clicks on health tech innovation, he will get to see all the inventions related to it, and our invention would be part of it. Same way, keywords, Google search or any other searches, keywords should be relevant. Industries, for which industries it is or which domains it is relevant, and these are like domains it has already calculated. Commercialization options, you can choose like selling it, licensing it, fixed yearly payment, percentage of each share, and there are lots of options you can choose. You can select one, or you can select many, or maybe all of it, whatever is relevant. Patent information summary, you can just copy paste from your patented document and it's okay. Granted date, filing date, which of the licensing your option you are choosing, and what is the status, like it is granted, it is renewed, it is filed, it is provisional, whatever it is. Patent description, it has taken on its own. Who is the invention for? Very relevant. Now imagine someone who has clicked some tags or search and it has landed on this document. Immediately it starts connecting the right people straight away. It's a health tech company seeking advanced solutions for patient monitoring and emergency response, and lovely. Investors and venture capitalists exploring high growth opportunity in health tech domain, emergency response and medical systems. So very relevant information for someone who is seeing this for first time. What patent can achieve? Its impact on the industry. So how your patent can significantly, or even for a minor scale, change an industry completely. So this is what here it is. What this patent can achieve for buyers or licensee, what it can do for you, what's in it for me, answering the first question that we talked about in the landing page. So this really talks to the decision makers and director level, or let's say CEO level people acquiring or licensing this patent embossed companies to introduce a state-of-the-art emergency response solution which is scalable, efficient, and customer-centric. Really talking to the director or decision maker level people. What's in it for me? Answering it. Competitive analysis and market opportunities. So 6% over next 5 years, CAGR. I mean, it has taken relevant information and trying to establish it as most valuable patent they can acquire. Future developments and expansion, what can happen in future? Things like AI, IoT, 5G become prevalent. This invention will be seamlessly integrated and it become important functionality of patient care. Upload relevant documents generated in. Now here in this section, if you would see that in our patent, what we can say, marketplace, you can upload few of the documents that we already saved here, like these are the documents we generated. You can selectively choose few and it could be part of this listing. They will just click next and get hold of these documents and read it here itself, again creating a wonderful experience for our interested parties and buyers. Link for videos and demonstrations and animations about invention, of course very relevant. A YouTube link or any relevant link, or even videos could be uploaded wherein the interested parties or buyers licensees can go through this video very quickly. Testimonials and reviews. Here are a few examples. You can be creative or you can be realistic and edit this to whatever suits you. Inventor profile. Unlike others, we are not hiding or seeking anything. Everything would be visible as per your preference, your social media links, your bio, your resume if that is relevant to you, inventor's profile photographs. So this will become a proud piece for inventors and patent owners. So you would likely to be sharing this link to your professional network also. It would be just like your LinkedIn profile. It will have your picture, your accomplishments, and of course most relevant and most not boiled down exactly, but most interesting information about your invention. Not going much into technicalities, but more of how it is relevant and why it is so important for the industry. It's kind of serving as a marketing piece for your invention. Somebody going through this would have the best possible chances that he might become interested and would contact you on these details. So this might not be visible as it is. It could be. It's your preference. You can choose it to be publicly visible, or you can choose it to be, first I would prefer to speak via chat, that is secured chat option, not revealing any details. And once you confirm, you approve, then these details would be sent to the relevant person, and he would. And there is nothing in between, like no registration, nothing, no fees at all. So again, saving it for the sake of further use. And I think this is probably the most what we can say icing on the cake kind of information, which is kind of a surprise, and most important, what we can say, secret weapon kind of factor of this Patent Forge AI. This is single document along with these documents and relevant photos and all could fetch you the licensing proposals. It has that capacity. So all these 15-20 sections along with all the documents that we have created, if these are attached to it, and your profile, of course, this is a very strong thing that could be sent to client right away and start generating interest and contacts from them. All right, I think fair enough. We have gone through most of the part of this tool, and it should give you a very fair idea to keep using it. And last but not least, once you exhausted with this, you can always renew it as per your preference. However, for every package you do have 1 year of validity, so you no need to hurry, or it is not monthly fees that you are paying. It's quite accommodating in that manner, like whatever you pay would stay with you for 1 year at least. All right, I think that's it for now, and thank you very much for your patience. I hope you like the tool. Please feel free to contact for any suggestions or improvements that you feel like. Thank you for your time. Take care.